Easily one of my favourite characters of all time. Wonder Woman, released in 2017 and directed by Patty Jenkins. Production budget of $149 million, a worldwide total of $821 million, for a profit of $672 million, less all marketing and associated costs. Starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, and Daniel Thawlis. Thawlis. This is the next entry in the DCU timeline, and I'm fairly confident slotting it in here after the Justice League. Now, admittedly, from this movie on, the DCU gets a little complicated. Things start shifting around. You can't quite tell when a movie's set as well or anymore. Warner Brothers will say that this is a standalone or doesn't sit in the continuity, when the director will contradict that and say that it does. There'll be lines and comments and references to previous movies, but then the entire movie won't quite fit where it says it is. It gets odd. All that aside, as part of the continuity or as standalone, this is a good time. I really like this one. I was really worried for this one. This is the movie that I was very concerned about. I really wanted them to get this one right. I've been a fan of Wonder Woman since it was Linda Carter running around on TV. Right? I have loved this character so much for so long. Either in the old TV series, which is goofy and campy, but every now and then extremely well done, really good episodes in there, or from animated appearances where she's pretty spectacular. Some of the comic book runs, I'll get into that maybe later. And now, this movie where Gal Gadot, I personally think, really brought it. I was skeptical. I mean, she's got the look, right? She has the features, the look of an Amazon princess. She just doesn't really have the physique of one. But Gadot's screen presence and her charm and charisma and just the way she presented and spoke, actually, the line delivery, her attitude that they gave her, the way her character was both written into the world and the rest of the world around her, made her Wonder Woman. It actually really worked. Pine as Steve Trevor, he was good. He was Chris Pine. He did a good enough job, right? But at the same time, from every other iteration of him, he's never really been stand out that much either. He's just been the guy. And in this one, he's the guy again, and he's very good at being the guy. It's all the other ensemble cast. It's all the other support characters I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting that many, and I wasn't expecting them to be that good. And they were. These guys, they were great. I really enjoyed them and what they brought to the scene. And their wonderment of Wonder Woman was excellent. That's what we needed. We needed people to stand around and be amazed at her. And they needed to do things that made her amazing. I mean, this scene. The climb out of the trenches with his shield up scene. Brilliant. I saw this little animated short, and I can't find it again, otherwise I'd put it up here, where it's that scene again, but then Captain America runs in to help out, and you got the two of them with their shields up, doing a combo effort and clearing trenches. It was brilliant. The other excellent thing were the settings. The where it was set and all the set piece work. Just really nice. Back in London, fantastic. On the front line, suitably horrible. You didn't want to be there, and it felt horrible, looked horrible, it was horrible, it was meant to be horrible. Back at the German castle, back in High Command on various sides, all these different locations looked and felt like what they were meant to look and feel like. They were really well done. I only had one problem with locations, and that was the island. Diana's home. I liked it. It just jarred me every now and then, the way they jammed some elements together. Some of the CGI transitions from location to location weren't that good. They kind of stood out as a bit obvious, which was a shame because everything else was really well polished. Everything else was well done. That and the final fight at the end, honestly, it turned into a laser beam fight, which did make me a little, I don't know, sad. Very black and orange. Very laser beamy and flying and zoot. It felt like a Dragon Ball Z episode at the very end, It was interesting. Doesn't ruin the movie, again, but it just was out of, I don't know, didn't match the rest of the film. Let's put it that way. It didn't match the rest of the film. The CGI polish wasn't as good as the rest of the film in parts. It just felt a bit ugly. Ugly, yeah, it had an ugly looking ending. Let's put it that way. Hey, but it was still good. And you know what? It's still at the very top of the DCU scoreboard. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite entry in the DCEU. It's everything I want to see in a DC movie, It's got all the character and heart and just power of the DC characters, and that's what we're here to see. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. That was a very loud crack of thunder, so I'm going to be cutting this here before I lose power. Make some time to watch the movie, and I'll catch you later.